Hi guys. So I'm going to finish setting up right here. There we go. Get that done and turned out. All right, and I am assuming I have a Mr. Drew with me already. I do. Let's look at why am I not seeing my live chat? Hold on. There we go. Thank you. Happy Yule and Solstice to you. Yeah, I'm wearing one of my prettier sweaters. I'm looking forward to the opportunity to potentially wear my ugly sweater again, which happens to be Guardians of the Galaxy's design. It's got the Guardians of the Galaxies designed in blues and purples and whites and stuff. So a traditional ugly sweater. There's a company called Mercoid. Hello, Patrick. Nice to see you. Mercoid is actually authorized to do the Marvel and DC and Harry Potter characters. And they're quite lovely. So I'm tempted to get a Captain Marvel, although I'm not thrilled with red against my skin, all that stuff. Hello, everyone. We have lots of people here today. I'm very excited. So that, dear, was for me, sir. Thank you very much. So this is the end of the year. So we are now going to look at recapping all the stuff that we've talked about through the year. This is your chance to tell me what things you liked, you didn't like, if there were questions you had about any of the stuff. I've just been releasing a whole vlog series from the whirlwind trip that my friend Sasha and I took in October. There's one more installment of that will be auto-released on Christmas Day. That's my Christmas present to all of you, is the final installment of that. For you all to enjoy. And I know you did. Yeah, so that's that. And of course, the exciting news, which isn't going to be a surprise in the video now, because I'm going to tell you, is I am going back for the holidays. I will be doing a day and a half, technically as a solo trip, although I will be meeting some friends for dinner on Christmas Eve. And then the whole day of Christmas is just me. And then I got friends coming in that night. And the rest of that trip, we're going to go head off to the timeshare. And we're going to do 3 days at Universal and 3 more days at Disney. So there's a whole lot of cool stuff that I'll be able to explore and talk about. If there is something you want to make sure I vlog while I am there, tell me now. Write it in the comments or put any of the stuff in there. What time of year is best for adult travel? Okay, if you can pick any time of year to go, September. Beginning, middle of September, especially during the week when all the kids have just gone back to school. It is the lowest crowd time. The things you have to worry about when you make a trip then are potential hurricanes, and it is still really hot. If you can handle those things, I had a friend who went in September or October. She got travel insurance. Yes, by some miracle, she actually did have a hurricane hit that year. And because of the travel insurance she had, she was covered for her additional hotel days, etc. So if you're going to go around then, I would recommend it. The other really good time is going to be January, not the first week of January, but the second week of January. And then as long as it's not during a marathon, I think it's the 4th week, like skip the holiday weekend. Anytime that kids are out of school, it's going to be crowded. It's going to be crazy. Now, I'm going during Christmas, so I'm going during the worst possible time. But I've been doing it this will be my 12th year, my 12th Christmas down there. And I have learned tricks and trades for how to not get stuck in the craziest of lines, how to make things work for you. I'm kind of blessed in that the very first year I went, I sat in the Toy Story Midway Mania line for 2.5 hours. Because I didn't think it could possibly be that long, and I was wrong. So because of that, I will never wait that long again. My max is an hour. I think I very generously gave Drew one ride that was an hour and a half because we really wanted to try it. But generally, no. Hour is my line. I won't wait. Even during Christmas, I won't wait longer than that. There are ways around it. Fast passes, getting there early, waiting till the very end of the day. There are lots of ways around it, and if you want to do that for yourself, then I highly recommend. Oh, Morimoto's in Disney Springs. Yeah, I highly recommend you do that. Sorry, going back to the next question. So going on the kitchen experience at Morimoto's. I'll see if I can get any video of the kitchen. It depends on where they sit us for dinner. But it's going to be like 5 of us going out to dinner that night. I've sat up in the Forbidden Bar, which is the bar upstairs, and I got did I manage to get? I don't think I got much video of that, but that would have been the bit at the beginning of the June trip this year that had Debbie and Dawn briefly. Then I'll be going, like I said, for this one. And I'm curious to see what the experience is like. I doubt that Morimoto will be there because it is the holidays, and I don't know if he celebrates it or not, but I doubt that they're going to be there during the crazy of the holidays. I just don't. I doubt any of the top chefs are actually going to be there. I'm hoping, though, when I go back in June, maybe if I'm lucky, I'll catch one of them then, because that would make my nephew's graduation present the tops. But all right. Kids make the experience different, not better or worse. You're seeing the joy in their eyes is wonderful. Touching any surface they have snotted over? No. Yes, I am a huge proponent of carrying a little tiny bottle of hand sanitizer. And if you put your hand on a railing because you go, oh, let me catch myself while I'm walking, hand sanitizer. For the love of all that is holy, hand sanitizer. You will thank me. Your nose will thank me. The cold you do not get will thank me. Have that with you. And if you've been touching railings, that's really, it's a big deal. Especially, and you don't think, oh, I'm going to stick the fingers in my mouth. You don't. But if you rub your eye or your nose and you've got that on there, that it's going to transfer into the mucous membranes, and you don't want to do that. But yeah, this year is actually going to be a big change for me. I've always gone with just drinking age adults. The youngest person I've traveled with before this was 21. I am traveling with an 11-year-old this year. So very different experience. Very much looking forward to seeing how that's going to adjust everything. I have pre-told them that the schedule is fluid and there are spaces for breaks and flexibility if we need it. I have plugged in a couple breaks, a day or so that's not too late. One day we've got a pool break back at our timeshare, my timeshare for part of that. But, I am expecting that the grand plan of let's go for 20, for 18 hours straight is not going to cut it with the gang I have. But we are not renting a car this time, so we're not necessarily tied together. And once we get everything arranged in terms of keys with the timeshare or the hotel, then we can do Ubers and go separately if we want, which I think will be very helpful. So that anytime we're making each other crazy, or I want to go keep vlogging something and they're like, oh my God, I want to sleep, or they can't wake up in the morning, or I can't wake up in the morning, or one of us, we have all that flexibility, and that's important. Hello, Terry. Welcome. Let me see where we go. Patrick, okay, hold on. I'm going back to make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, the Morimoto, I'm very, all I've had is the poke in the Forbidden Bar. It was it was just really good. Now I'm going to be limited because I'm gluten-free. So we'll see what they have, what options they have. And I am clearing something off of my screen because it just randomly likes to pop up. So it's gone now. And if you have other questions, Patrick, please feel free to ask them. I'm going to wear mittens. I don't care how warm the weather is. Something to prevent me from touching my face. Yeah, I don't blame you. What's up, Miss Terry? Getting ready for your mom coming. Is she moving down there? Or is she just going to visit and you're going down for a trip? Because you mentioned something. Yes, I know. And there's the adults only hidden bar something. They do adults after hours. Edison does after hours for adults. Morimoto has an adults only kind of behind the scenes place as well. So I'm curious. I don't know that I'll be there that late, but we never know. So there's tons of fun, tons of good stuff. This is also your time to ask me, like I said, if there's something you want me to film when I go on my trip, a place you want to know more about, something you're going, oh, I'd love to get her feedback on X while she's there. Throw that out there now. Add it into the comments, or you can put it in the base comments below and I'll see it after the fact. If you get, I hate cold. Yeah. If you get, yes, I've got that balloon on my schedule for the day. I'm meeting my friends for dinner, and then the balloon is on my schedule. And then I go to Magic Kingdom because I have been doing midnight at Magic Kingdom for a number of the nights. And I know that's the crazy time to be there, Christmas Eve, crazy time. But during the holiday season, and I found out belatedly that it only runs during from Thanksgiving to Christmas. They have a countdown over by Town Hall. 23 days to Christmas, 22 days to Christmas, 21 days to Christmas, etc. So if today's the 21st, it now says 3 days to Christmas on it, 003. which is why and actually, I think on the first day after Christmas, it does say 365 to Christmas, like on December 26th. But that night of Christmas Eve at midnight, when you walk in, it says 001 days to Christmas. And when you walk out, it just says 00 days to Christmas. Kind of fun. And then it says 000 days to Christmas, day of Christmas, when you walk in during the main part. So it's a whole lot of fun. Last year, as I was about to get onto Peter Pan's flight, because it was the last ride I decided I would do that night, I'm standing in line, and the cast member who's standing there kind of glances to the side and goes, "Merry Christmas, everyone." And that was at midnight when we had just hit Christmas. So it was very magical. It was very fun. I'm so appreciative to every single person, every cast member, every hospitality worker that works during the holiday, so I can enjoy myself, so I can have that magic on Christmas. It's an actual blessing, and it's a gift, and I am eternally grateful for them. All right. Sorry, Patrick, you had another question for me. Which resort is best for adults at Disney and Universal? Okay. My personal favorite for adults, if you don't want to break your bank, is going to be Port Orleans French Quarter. It is smaller. It does have a pool, but it's not 12 different pools there with massive kid stuff. There's a little kids area, but I'll be honest, I didn't see any kids except maybe in the breakfast area. It was quiet. It was intimate. You have the boat to Disney Springs right on the dock that you are the first stop. So you can go to Disney Springs. It's a 20-minute little boat ride, and you're there in the heart of all that. And you could do the after hours till the 2 a.m. and take your boat back. I mean, you could always do a bus, but there's something kind of peaceful about that, drink in hand, heading on back. You can, they have the Scat Cat Club, which, Drew, you may not have heard of. They have expanded it. It used to be just this little bar. Now they've made the little bar area they had the place where you get beignets. So they don't necessarily have them where you're eating your meal. They have beignets out in that little bar area. It's made into a mini restaurant, quick serve. And then if you're facing the actual bar itself, and you look to the left, and I don't know if my hands are doing what you think they're doing, but to look to the left, there's now behind doors a Scat Cat Club. But it's a jazz bar. They have, a blues singer and jazz singers singing in there. You can get the beignets in there. You can get boozy drinks and things. And there's an annual pass holder special going on right now till the end of the year, where if you bring your pass and buy one alcoholic beverage, you get a free order of beignets. Trying to figure out if I can squeeze that in on my first day. I'm not sure, but I'm really hoping. We'll see. We'll see. But I'm excited. So I would say for me, Port Orleans French Quarter. Now I have not stayed in the upper level resorts since I was a kid. And the only one I stayed in was not upper level at that point. It was the Polynesian. At that point, it was the low level resort because there were only two. Then Shades of Green, but there were only two. Contemporary and Polynesian was it. If I were to, I would say Boardwalk. Yacht Club has the pool that has the sand in it. So while that's really cool, I think that will draw more families and kids. So I would say maybe not. And I'm going to say the new Riviera Resort. The pictures I'm looking at of that resort, it is much more upscale. It's right off of the monorail. So not the monorail, the new gondola system. It's like 6 minutes and you're in Epcot. And I think 15 minutes and you're in Hollywood Studios on the gondolas, as well as the buses. So I would highly, highly recommend that. Let me see. I'm losing people. Oh, Universal. I have not stayed in the hotels at Universal. I'll be really honest. I would say avoid the dockside surfs and suites because those are the value resorts and those are going to be heavy with families. You have to look to where you're cutting corners. And if you're buying lots of tickets, that's one of your best ways to do it because you're not in the room much. But I'm going to say I've been in the lobby of the Hard Rock. Has a really nice looking steakhouse in there. And that's a really nice walking distance to get to the park. So I would say possibly that if the rock and roll is your theme is your go-to. If not, I'm going to say the Portofino, which is Italian themed, kind of Tuscany Village, etc. All of those have boats that take you back and forth. Because they're the top level tier, you're going to be able to get into the parks and do the express pass, which means you can cut every line all day long, but you pay for it in your room. So it balances out. So Balloon, Oh, you're right. It would be 366 days this year, Patrick. Thank you for catching that. See, this is how long it takes me to get back to the comments. Sorry. But yeah, we had a leap year this year. I was noticing that. So it's going to make it even more interesting. Yeah, so Drew likes the Hard Rock and Universal because you can walk you can boat from the Portofino. You can walk from the one on the other side because so Sapphire Fall, Adventure is across the street. Then Sapphire Falls is a slightly longer walk, and then it's not the Italian one, but I ate there. Drew, we ate there. We had food with Brent that one year, which was not impressive to you, which was kind of sad because Matt and I had a great time at that restaurant, the Emerald's restaurant there, Chop Chop. It is. It's not Lowe's Portofino. It's not Hard Rock. It's the third top level. Someone wants to go hit the internets while I'm doing that, so I'm not losing my focus here. Yeah, the boat horn is not bad. You're sleeping. Yeah, the Scat Club is really excited. So I'm hoping, I can't guarantee I'm going to get the time to get out there because it is really just taking the bus. What I could do, here's my brain thinking, is on the night that I go to Disney Springs with them in the evening, is take the boat from Disney Springs back to Port Orleans, go to the bar, and then take my Uber home from there, which could work out to my advantage. Taking notes. So year-end recap. Let's do that. Unless anyone has any more questions or specific things, and you can continue to throw those out while we're talking. Year-end recap. Best things for me this year. So to give you a quick overview, this time last year, I had just was just about to go on a trip with Drew, the gentleman who keeps making comments. Thank you. Universal. Oh, really? Chop Chop's closing. Ooh, yeah. The first time I went there, it was absolutely amazing. And then I went with you like a year or 2 years later, and it didn't grab me the same way. I was kind of disappointed. So that's very interesting. Royal Pacific, thank you. So the Royal Pacific is also in walking distance just from the other side, if you wanted to do that. It's just the one person who vlogged who recommended Hard Rock, which is why I went that route with you. So I started the year by going on the trip with Drew. Then in June, I went, I had a meeting in Tampa, so I stayed afterwards, spent an evening with with two local friends, and then had a 4-day trip with my friends Randy and Dory. And then in October, had a whirlwind weekend, as I said, you all have recently been watching, going into Disney for 2 days, and that was Galaxy's Edge focused and gondola rides and all the new stuff that was coming out that we hadn't been able to see. My first time staying at an all-star resort. The prior resort, the one with Randy and Jeannie, was French Quarter, as was the one with Drew, which, like I said, I really like that resort a lot. And I could have stayed at Riverside, but there's more bus stops at Riverside, and it's just the only time you have to do multiple bus stops with Port Orleans French Quarter is when you're coming from Hollywood Studios, but every other one you're the first stop on, first stop off, which made it so simple. And even like taking your when you took the Magical Express to your resort, it was the first stop. So that very helpful, very, very helpful. So things I really loved, things I discovered that I was thrilled about this year. Why don't we go with that? Galaxy's Edge. I'm really excited about the new ride. I'm very, very embarrassed about how bad we flew the Millennium Falcon. Now that I understand, I will give you this advice: when you're flying the Millennium Falcon, do not overcorrect. Think of it as you're actually driving a real car. The controls are that sensitive. I was like going, well, let me avoid this, and then would run into something else because I was just going too far. It was like shock reaction. And I was the side to side person. She was the up and down person. If you want to be the person to put the ship into hyperspace, sit on the right side. It was very cool. Also, try to work as a team with the people you're getting on there with, so you don't go into a negative score. I owed Hondo a Naka money by the end of it. Still not happy about that. Still not. But unbelievably immersive. Having the characters just walking around the streets, which, while you get that in Disneyland a lot, you don't get that out in Disney World. You don't get, I mean, you do have the stepsisters and the fairy godmother, I believe, walking around on the streets. But you really have very limited character interaction. Where the type of work I did when I was a character clown at A Great Adventure and Bugs Bunny and stuff like that, because I don't think we have to say we're a friend of Bugs Bunny, but I was Bugs Bunny once or twice, normally to the clowning, because I know that kind of one-to-one experience. And when I work at the Renaissance Festival, it's one-to-one experience with people up front having conversations, randomly walking up to them or them coming up to you. You never know. I like that kind of interaction. I like that kind of personal touch. So when you have to go wait in line with a handler and stuff, it does lose some of that magic. So to see more of the people just in their element, in the space, doing whatever they needed to do, and then chatting with you when they came by, was really special. And it allowed you to be part of it. And I see a lot of people, who do vlog, who are showing video of them in the moment of what's going on. And it's so much fun. It's so much fun to see. It is, as if you watch the video, I think it's video 2 of the series that just came out, the October series. I burst into tears. I'm just watching Chewie and Rey futzing around on an X-Wing with a cast member, and I burst into tears. I guess my childhood was coming to fruition. It was really cool. It made me really happy. So yeah, Galaxy's Edge. Blue milk, green milk. I did not like it when it first came in the glass. Because it's half frozen. It's not really a full-on slushy like an ice cream, and it's not clear, like liquidy like the actual plant-based when it defrosts. So it's got this kind of weird slushy consistency that feels gelatinous when you drink it at first. It was a little gross. I'm not going to recommend. Yeah, I got it, went, I need to let this melt. And when it melted, it was fine. The green milk is what I ended up drinking because my cohort didn't do tequila. So yeah, tequila bad for her. So I did the tequila in the green milk, which was like a slightly citrusy, lemony flavor to the green milk. And then you add the tequila. So it was sort of like a creamy margarita. The rum one is a more flowery smelling fruit flavored one, and they had rum in that. I have not tried the straight blue and green milk, and I will probably get to do that on this next trip. I think that'll be fun. I think we'll try to make that happen. Though I also want to try the Pongu Pongu, which is out in Pandora, which is another festive, fun, unusual drink. Thank you to whoever else has joined us. I see we're up to a few more people than I thought. As a reminder, if you're enjoying this, if the content's been helpful, go ahead and throw that thumbs up, make comments and share. Let people know about the vlogs. Thank you, whoever just threw that like up there. I appreciate it. If you want to follow my content as it comes out, because I'm going to have new content coming out from this trip coming up, make sure to hit the subscribe button, which I believe is down here for you. Hit the subscribe button. The little bell icon will give you notifications. So it's 2 steps. You subscribe and then you hit the bell, and the bell will say, hey, PTP Grad just posted something new. Woo! And then you can jump in and do that. And that way you'll get the notification. And that's, of course, the only way you can do that is if you are a YouTube member. And I realize there may be non-YouTube members watching and participating as well. If you join, throw the subscribe on. It's always helpful. Let's see what we got going here. Just because doesn't tell your channel enough, please. Thank you very much. You love tequila. Good to know. Good to know. So yeah, so you could get the green milk. I still recommend it melting. Now, if you like tequila, okay. So here's my general advice. We're going to go advice today. If you like tequila, there are 2 places I'm going to recommend. The first one, I'm going to recommend for shots of tequila. I'm not going to recommend for sitting down for a margarita. It's not an awful place. It used to be better. If you just want the booze, okay. Cava de Tequila, I believe it is. It is inside the Mexico Pavilion in Epcot, and it is a tequila bar. And you can get tequilas anywhere from $5 a shot to about $60 a shot. I think Drew and I each got like $25, $30 shots the last time we went. Quite yummy. But you can also get like a little taster of like a couple different flavored shots. Like they'll do a blanco, a golden, and reposado, the 3 types. Very, very good variety. The more you know about tequila, the better your situation is going to be. They don't give grand advice, but they do give some advice. But it's nice. The food is incredibly limited. It's like salsa and chips, guac and chips, and queso and chips. They used to have an incredible menu, which is why I'm complaining, because they used to have taquitos and they used to have little tostada flautas things. And there was like, and they still, I think they may have even gotten rid of the shrimp cocktail they used to have. Yummy, good stuff. So yeah, so I do recommend, I do absolutely recommend the alcohol there, and you can get it to go, or you can, if there's a table and room, you can sit inside and drink too. They do some unusual margaritas. I had a couple decent margaritas from them. I'm not really a connoisseur. I had a couple of tequila drinks with your brother. Yeah, well, yeah. Brother is good about being a connoisseur with alcoholic beverages. He's gotten me hooked on a number of bourbons. That's been, which now I drink bourbon all the time, and it's all my brother's fault. Blame my brother. You went with the Top Shot mezcal. That's what I thought. Well, see, that's why you go to Disney, so you can learn how these things work. Go to Homecoming and have moonshine. Actually, I went to Homecoming and I haven't had moonshine yet. I had the vodka drink, which was incredible. Yeah, it does make lousy tea. Okay, now here's my rule about drinking around the world, because we're still going to go drinking around the world with the 11-year-old. My caveat is, it says drinking around the world. It doesn't say drinking alcohol around the world. So if you are a non-alcoholic beverage drinker, you can drink around the world. You can get a beverage in every single country. I do not care if you get a bottle of water in every single country. All it is buy a drink in every single country and drink it. If it has booze because you like booze, woohoo. If it doesn't have booze, or you're not feeling well, so you don't want booze in everyone and you don't want to puke on the way home, I'm all for that too. It's just enjoying it. Exactly. So yeah, so absolutely. I love some of the non-alcoholic beverages that they have in these countries too, and especially during the holidays. I was going to recommend another tequila place. Well, actually, Rick Bayless's place, Frontera Cocina in Disney Springs, he's got some interesting margaritas as well. But the other place in Epcot across the way was the Hacienda San Angel, which is on the water, and you can actually sit down and have dinner. And they have some unusual tequilas and a couple flights. So what do we got here? Yeah, okay, well, y'all get to have a wonderful time. Running ahead of where I was going to say, yeah, you don't have to drink alcohol. It's best in months with, yeah, well, like for this last trip, October was frighteningly hot. Oh, dear God. Almost worse than June. And maybe because I was expecting it in June and I wasn't as much in October. But it was really humid and hot. So we ended up, I could have drunk more than I did on that trip. But it was like, no, let's get this non-alcoholic drink. This looks fun. I mean, the only time we really drank was late at night when it was dark, or if we knew we were sitting inside for a while. And I probably drank harder booze than Sasha. And Sasha's usually the more active drinker than I am during the year. But maybe it's vacation. I know I don't have to drive. Whatever it was fun. So other things I loved this year. So really discovering Disney Springs. You get this impression that Disney Springs is going to be a mall. Yeah, it's a mall. Why do you want to go there? And I got to tell you, I'm finding myself wanting to spend more and more time at Disney Springs, which is kind of disturbing. They've got quick services place. Guy Fieri has a chicken place. There's a deluxe burger. There's a pizza place where you can make your own personalized pizzas. Polite Pig, which is a high-end it's quick service, and barbecue, but it's made in a high-end quality fashion. 6 James Beard Award winners have restaurants there, and I'm not going to remember them all. Jose Andres, Art Smith, Rick Bayless, Tasahiro Morimoto. Morimoto is his last name, and his first name begins with a T, I believe. Hold on, there's 2 more, because I said there were 6, and someone said there were 6. Jose Andres, Rick Bayless, Morimoto, Art Smith, Wolfgang Puck, and another person, which means I have to go back and find them. There is fun shopping. There's Chapel Hats, which, oh my God, if you remember the old Adventurers Club, go visit the guys at Chapel Hats. They're a hoot. They are kind of steampunky, edgy, and they play like the adventurers with British accent. And all of them are different. Not all of them are going to be this fun, but there are a couple guys that work there that are just a hoot. And they make amazing hats. I think I threw like, was it from Drew's in my trip? No, it was from Matt's in my trip. I just posted all of these pictures of me in various hats because I wear hats well. I'm very lucky that way. But it was pretty darn funny. Had a couple of flights Michael after a movie day. Okay. Flights of tequila, flights of bourbon. What type of flights there, Miss Terry? Ooh, lemon curd. I love fresh lemon curd. So because we're going off topic, we'll come back real quick. Because I go gluten free, one of the things I do is I take it's a tapioca starch flour, like the Brazilian bread flour, but they do a cinnamon roll version of it, and I roll it out into like little cupcake cups, and then I par bake them so they've still got some chew to them. Fill them with lemon curd, fresh whipped cream, and raspberries. Or I make fresh pumpkin pie filling or fresh cannoli cream and stuff. They're really good. Okay. Oh, beer flights. Okay. See, I can't have beer. That's a gluten thing. I can't have that anymore. But yes, we did get you the fedora. Okay, so we were looking at all that. That's right. You got the one with the lights on it with the Raptor. Okay. Another thing I love. We're going to do a little Universal love because I've been doing so much Disney love, and I feel like I've been letting my Universal down. We're working on that. We're going to Universal 3 times during this next trip. 3 different days. They're not full days every day, but we're going 3 different times. The Raptor encounter. I have to say it. I have to love it through the depths of my heart, the Raptor encounter. You get to meet the Raptor. It is a glorified meet and greet, but it is the funniest, hysterical, wonderfully interactive meet and greet you're ever going to have. It's like meeting the king if the king was a vicious, man-eating dinosaur. There is a Facebook post from a few years ago where Drew and I went and terrorized a family unintentionally by truly, truly making them believe that the Raptor was real before they walked up to it. Truly making them believe this with the permission of the staff, because it won't. Much shorter version. We were waiting in line. The family behind us was asking if it was real because they were talking about feeding the raptors, and we started talking about, yeah, it's a real raptor, and it's, you know, they're all genetically from the same cells, so they're all female. You know, they feed them now and they're bringing them in. Well, what do they feed them? I mean, probably like a whole cow or a goat, and you know, they just put the animal in there and then they go in. It's like, wait, but they put a live animal in there? Oh yeah, no. It's like, you know, when a cat or a snake gets an animal, goes and cracks the neck immediately while shaking it. They don't feel the pain. There might be a little bit of fear right at that moment, but you know, that's just the nature of it. It's humane. It's the way you do it. And then I stopped for a second because I realized I might be stepping over my bounds. And I turned to the cast member who's standing there. I went, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm speaking out of turn. You would know better than I. I mean, am I correct? He went, oh yeah, no, you got it right. I'm going to head out now. He left us to talk to this family, to explain everything to them about how real this thing was. So that by the time the kid, who was probably about 8 or 10 years old, and the mom and either friend, aunt, whatever, don't know, 2 women, one kid. By the time they got up there, the kid was terrified, crying and screaming, didn't want to go up near him. Yes, Sammy, it was terrible of us, wasn't it? And the kid hid behind the photographer while they're taking the pictures. The mom didn't want to go up, finally did go up. They with the help of one of the handlers, and she said, I'll stand with you. And she puts her arms out and stands behind them. And then as the women are posing for the picture, she steps back, steps out, and the raptor's head comes between the 2 women. And the little 10-year-old boy is screaming within an inch of his life, Mom, it's going to eat you. Run away now, Mom. Oh my God, run, run, run. You're going to die. No, after we had taken our pictures, I was actually ready to walk away. Thank God Drew said, no, wait. I mean, what do you mean? No, wait. And we stopped and we watched. We're such bad people, but oh my God, it was fun. And the kid had an incredible experience believing he really met a dinosaur. I take that as a win. Yes, it's a Sammy sighting. Would you like to say hi to everyone? It says, well, this is a family who's terrorized. Yeah, they were. Yeah, I know. It was hysterical. It made me happy. It made me very happy. Um, that was Facebook. That was Facebook because I can't do live chats on this yet. I don't have enough followers. Speaking of which, let's throw that out there again. Should you wish to subscribe, if you are not already subscribed, or if you would like to encourage other people to subscribe, I believe I need 1,000 people subscribed before I even make a dime off of anything. And we are under 100. I am not sure how many subscribers I need to be able to do live videos while I'm in the parks here on YouTube. I know a lot of the people I follow do it, but they have, 5 and 6, 7, 20,000 and more people. So yeah, share the channel, let people know about this. If you think they're going to find humor in Disney, or they like Disney and you think they might be interested in sharing their thoughts, or in learning mine, let's make a party out of it. Yes, my dear. All right, so how are we doing on time here? 35. Okay, because we're not going to go over an hour. All right, so other wonderful, fun things that just from the year. All right, so Universal love. And it's a little harder to do because really my only Universal time was with Drew. I have less love for Toothsome, unfortunately. Still have tons of love for Cowfish. I still have tons of love. Cowfish is a burger sushi restaurant. Toothsome is a steampunk chocolate themed restaurant. And there are certain things there that are very good, and there are certain things that were not. I was less charmed by the staff than I had been in the past. The first 2 times I think I went, the staff that was there was lovely, was playful, was interesting. And then they just were not the last time I was there. And it felt awkward. Like I don't know. Yeah. And that is true. Yes, we did. We talked about how awful we were, and it was hysterical. It made me so happy. It did. All right. So, what other things did we do? All right. So Drew, Universal, any favorite things you had there? Throw that out. I mean, the rides and stuff, like I said, a lot of the rides I can't do. They make me nauseated. I'm very good at finding places to sleep in the parks. Yay. Julie has made it for Drew. Yeah, we really did trauma. I mean, really, he absolutely was just like crying, screaming. It was, and we made sure we were far enough away that they could not see us on the ground laughing, because I literally fell on the ground. I was laughing so hard. It was bad. I know the other woman, I think the other woman was very clear that this was not real, but she didn't say anything. So I don't know. I don't know if they hated us or loved it for us. Oh God, you're doing this while you're driving? Look at the road. Yeah, one of his mothers believed it. The other one was, you could tell, was just like, come on, let's just do the picture. And I really think was just, yeah. You are on a horse? No, she's literally in a car. I think she was driving to an event. Okay, good. I'm glad you're not driving. All right. So other things that we love this year. I love the fact that Disney is putting plant-based options at every restaurant, and it's usually more than one. It has to be at least one. I am hearing very good things about the hot dogs. I've got a cat laying on the table where this is, so please be aware if everything falls over. I apologize. That's Sammy. Yes, we love the Sammy. She's giving me an evil eye because I called her then. And you're beautiful. I love you, but I got people waiting here. They're talking to me. They're typing. Okay. As I was saying, so I can see, the thing is, I can do Universal in like a day. If I can push it to 2, if I want to take my time. But it is not. So I'm doing 3 days there. So, but it's because the people I'm going with are all about the rough rides. They're all about roller coasters and stuff. So I will be doing a lot of chilling and probably some chatting and vlogging. So I'll have lots of time for that. And potentially some shopping and stuff. I love the immersiveness of Diagon Alley. I love that there are 6 types of butterbeer, though I'm only allowed to eat 4 of them, I believe. I am what? I am being, yes, I know. Yeah, I believe you, Julie. So on this next trip, we're going to be trying the Hagrid's ride. It's going to be a hard one to get in. They don't open all the day. There's a lot of technical issues with it. It goes down a lot. and it does not open immediately at park opening. So getting in line immediately doesn't necessarily help. There is a single rider line, but I'm told it doesn't shave off much time either. But I'm nervous because it does a 17-foot drop in the middle of the ride, and it's a roller coaster, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, that was the best," which means I'm going to be unhappy on it. Just my gut is saying, "Oh dear God." So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I do a lot. My cat is not going on the trip. I have reached out to Brent. He works the parks and often has trouble kind of, his schedule's really erratic. He also functions a lot earlier in the day and goes to sleep a lot earlier in the day because of what he does there. If I get to see him, I will see if he will let me vlog him. He may or may not, but if I get to see him, I'm very excited about that. Like I said, I've reached out. I haven't made contact yet. So we'll see how it goes. The last time I was there, I physically saw him on the street and then set up a time to just talk to him for 5-10 minutes after work before he had to go home because he was off to see family. But it's amazing stuff. Patrick, are you up for the rough rides with Terry? Oh, okay. You guys are all doing that. Okay, okay, there you go. So we'll go to the bar while they're getting on the rough rides. That works perfectly. Yeah, I can't. I get, and I will tell you then, if you are into the rougher rides, things that go upside down, things that go backwards in the dark, things that like really screw with your adrenaline, go to Universal. Hulk shoots out at 65 miles per hour and does go upside down. Rip Roaring Rocket literally goes straight. Your car goes like this and then goes straight up slowly, and then just very slowly clicks over. And I believe the drop is about like that. It's a very, very intense drop. I'm not sure if you go upside down on that. You probably do. It's intense. Mummy does all kinds of corkscrewy things, goes backwards a little bit in the dark. I barely made it off of that one without puking. I had to sit with a bubbly soda for a while. Can't do it. Even the Simpson rides, the simulator rides that they have, where they're really 360 around you and you feel like you're, on a roller coaster in the simulator, they're all just much more intense. Even the simple games, like, you do Buzz Lightyear shoot 'em up game or Toy Story Midway Mania shoot 'em up, and it's fun, and you might spend a little bit on Toy Story Midway Mania, but when you go to Men in Black, there's a way to get extra points by hitting the spot on the car across from you, and if you hit that car, they spin. So I had someone across from me one time who knew what they were doing and kept making us spin. But they have some good shows. They have a horror makeup show that one of my friends was in years ago. That's not Brent. That is another person who used to work there. And some fun entertainment, some good music. Yeah, so I mean, it's you can fill a day. Absolutely. You can probably fill 2 days. But I end up always going out and having dinner out in City Walk. I mean, I've done the burgers and things inside. The other thing I'm looking forward to is going back in the annual pass holders lounge. Again, they can go on Rip Roaring Rocket, and I can either sleep outside there if the weather is lovely, or I'll go sit in the annual pass holders lounge and because they can't go in there. They're not pass holders. You have to have the card to go in. And I will go in there and get one of those sodas that they turn into a slushie and some free snacks and nap and chill and in the nice white cushy lounges and have a lovely time. All right, hold on. Patrick F. writes awesome. Okay. Used to come for high school together. Remember? Oh, that's a good song. I am multitasking while looking at Facebook video of the recap for Terrorizing Experience. Oh, are you looking at my history and my videos? Go into my history. And if worst case, for those of you who follow me on Facebook, go ahead and I'll try to like retag the history of that and bring it back up. Patrick, I don't think you follow me on Facebook, sadly, because I don't know that we've met outside of this. If you're on Facebook, let me know down here and we can do a PM or DM through YouTube so I can give you that information if you are interested. I may try in the comment. What I might do actually in the comments of this when it's all done and I've saved it, so that when you come back to it, I'll try to get the link on the Facebook page. No, because I'll see if I can make it public. That will probably be the best bet. So I will try to work out getting a way that's visible because it was a beautiful story. It was a lovely moment. So yes. Oh, good Lord. I didn't know that's your other name. Well, okay, Dollface. Then yeah, you'll see it when I put it on Facebook. Atlantis. Oh, Poseidon's Fury is the ride you like, and I will be taking these guys to Poseidon's Fury. Oh, that's one of the other things I love about going over there. The Lost Continent is not getting good love these days, which is unfortunate. And since the Harry Potter area opened, the people who are in that little market outside are having a rough time, is my impression. So if you go to Universal, go to the coin shop, buy one of their hand pressed coins. It's really cool. You can pick what goes on the front and the back, and they give you a whole show and they press your coin for you. They also have a booth at the Maryland Renaissance Festival. Same people. If you love them at the Maryland Renaissance Festival, go visit them there at Universal. They're a hoot. They're in Renfest garb, and they talk in period language. It's one of the only places that you'll find it out there. But it's a hoot, and it's a lot of fun, and they're good people. They're real good people. Oh yeah, Twister was in Orlando. Didn't like it. I don't know what it was like out in California. All it was in Orlando was standing out in the lobby for about 10 minutes in two different areas where they talked about what it was like filming the movie. And then you went into a darkened room and they stood you on 3 tiers, and then you sat and watched while a pseudo Twister came by. And it was like at a distance, and the wind picked up and you got splattered with a little rain, and a cow flew by, and that was about it. I love the fact that I discovered Despicable Me has a seat in the front where you can not be moving and not have all and they took the 3D glasses away, by the way. So it's now 2D, 3D. I'm not sure how that works. But I get less dizzy that way. So I could actually ride the ride and not be miserable, and that made me happy. Poseidon's Fury is much more difficult for me these days. It's Disney hard to mention my damn death. Oh, that's true. Well, they have lighter rooms and darker rooms, but yeah, I know the brightness is definitely an issue. I will be your stagger and hold on to, as long as you're mine if I drink a whole lot. Is that fair? Yeah, I know we have cows at home, Terry. We have the best cows. I remember going to Sunnyside Farms and just sitting there and petting the cows. You didn't get to pet them a lot, but I remember petting the cows at least once. So anytime I drive by cows now, driving down the highway, there's a cow on the side of the road. Cow! Cow! Moo! Cow! Must pet cow. I don't, but I have the urge. It's like ingrained. I'm listening. Let's stand up properly now. So we have 13 minutes approximately for the last part of. Thank you, Drew. We have like about 13 minutes left to finish up the last live chat of the year. Like I said, if you guys are following me on Facebook, and I believe most of this group is, please feel free to follow along. I'll be posting live chats there, and then merging some of that into the vlogging footage, and we'll be doing vlogging as well. Oh, so my so there are a couple big excitements. I'm not going to tell you the big excitement, because until it happens, I'm not putting it out here, because I don't know how much I'll be able to film, or if it's going to happen, or so that one we're going to wait on. But Christmas Day, I got the day to myself. I think I'm going to be trying to hit all 4 parks again. I wasn't originally, but I think the only way to guarantee that I get to Rise of the Resistance and get an idea of what getting the boarding groups is going to be like is I'm going to have to go hit it myself in the morning. I want to go to Nomad's Lounge, because I've got to go to Nomad's Lounge and get there hopefully around 11 and sit in one of those areas. And do they have a hook attraction? They have a Peter Pan attraction. That would be the Peter Pan is in Disney World. It's Peter Pan's Flight. If you ever do want to go and see it, you'd want to get a fast pass, because the queue is really, well, the walkthrough line is lovely if you get there first thing in the morning. The queue backs up stupidly, and it's like an hour, 2-hour wait, and it's not worth it. It's a cute little ride. It's fun. It's not worth an hour wait. It's barely worth a half an hour wait, really, truly. I was just talking about... Oh, so Christmas Day. So I'm going to I'm going to try to do the Hollywood Studios and see if I can get the Rise of Resistance, and then check out of there. Then I've got Nomad's Lounge. And then I've got fast passes I had already scheduled for Magic Kingdom, because I knew the only way I was going to see anything in Magic Kingdom on Christmas Day was with a fast pass, especially at noon or after. And I'm looking at like late afternoon there. And then I was finishing up my evening by having dinner at Takumi Tay. And Takumite is the new high-end, like high-end restaurant in Japan. And if you have a chance to look it up, I highly recommend it. It's amazing looking. Food as art, to be still eaten. I mean, edible food, but just that high level, high quality. It's going to be a couple hours meal kind of thing. And I knew I wasn't going to be able to do that with the people I was coming with. It's also not cheap. It may not be Victoria and Albert's, but it may be close. So while I'm sad I'm doing it by myself, I'm still okay. I'm doing it by myself. I'm excited to have that experience and be there. And then I should be able to come out just in time for the fireworks. I also want to go see, there's a new holiday overlay. For those of you who ever been to Epcot during the holidays, Living with the Land usually will sneak like a snowman or do little lights and things in there that's kind of fun. And this year they have lit the hell out of Living with the Land. So like once you leave the pre-made scenes and you start into the tunnel to go into the biotech area, there's like multicolored rainbow lights, and then everywhere you look is colored in lights, which means you want to go at night, or at least when the sun goes down, like by 4:30, 5 o'clock, it's going to be the good time to ride it. So I'm so excited. Can't wait to see what that's about. Let me see what I'm missing here. Yeah, me too. Okay, maybe I'll be in New York that day, maybe next year. Are you all going to sit there and stalk me? Is that what you're saying there? I was thinking of the more modern retelling. They do no. I don't remember what company made that movie. It also didn't do very well. It was not a successful flick. I had the interpreter for the deaf escort last time. Oh wow, yeah. When you do the have an interpreter or something like that. Now, for dealing with disabilities, each park is a little bit different. Disney, depending on your disability, they walk you through different ways. They've made, if it's just like you can't stand, they will give you a wheelchair and say push yourself, or have someone push you through the line, because they've been made wide enough to accommodate that. If it's crowds, or I can't be physically stuck in one space for that long because of medications or other issues like that, then you can get a return time. You come up to them, they scan your band, you get a return time to come back at a different time. And it could still be like, if the line is 2 hours, you may still wait 2 hours, or you may wait an hour and a half, but you can be sitting somewhere else doing something else during that time, getting something to eat, going to the bathroom, taking care of your needs that you need to take care of. This is great when you have kids that have stress levels that cannot be stuck there for that long, or if you've got some kind of an intestinal situation where if you're in a line for an hour, you may get there at like 54 minutes and not make it to the line, not make it all the way through. So it's important to be aware of. Yeah, they really do some amazing stuff. So that's very cool. So where are we at? So we're at 8 minutes, almost 7 minutes left. So this has been a lovely year. I have not done a vlog every week, but this is getting to the end of my first kind of year of really actively trying to vlog. I'm gonna keep trying to not put as much chin in the videos. I'm sorry, because arm starts out here and then it gets tired, and then it gets tired, and then the next thing I know, you're looking at this part of my face, and this is the vlog. This is all that you see. So I hope that my lipstick is on well, and but hopefully you guys are have enjoyed. Run along. Run fine, run along. What else do you I do have something else I have to do tonight, but not immediately, and I'm going to drink water then because I'm getting hungry. I treated myself to a massage today. I really needed it a lot. I feel better. That was very strange. Okay, gang. So what again, all right, so here, I'll give you the quick rundown of the schedule. I just saw that weird flaky dance thing that I just did on screen because I'm following. All right, so first day I'm doing Morimoto Asia and the Disney Springs, trying to get to the balloon, and then I'm doing I'm going to finish out Christmas Eve in Magic Kingdom. Day 2, It's going to be starting in Hollywood Studios, going to Animal Kingdom, going to Magic Kingdom, and then going to Takumite for dinner, watching the fireworks. I'm going to take the no, because I'm staying at Pop Century for that particular part. I'm going to take the gondolas to Hollywood Studios, then take bus transportation and monorail transportation to get between parks. And ending the day at Epcot means I take gondolas back to my room at the end of the night. Kind of neat. And I might stop at the Riviera, which is the new resort that just opened, and get a drink there at the bar, which is up on the roof, just to kind of see what that experience is. There's also this gorgeous Instagram photo op location that I just want to see if I can get a nice photo of, which, at 11 o'clock at night, I don't know how well it'll be lit, but I'm sure it'll be lit well. Oh, yeah. So, all right. So Pop Century. So yeah, so we'll try to get you some video of Pop Century, and hello, person with longish name. The next day, that evening is when my cohorts arrive. When I get back to the room, they'll have probably just arrived and are crashing. The next morning, we get up bright and early. We're going to Uber all of our bags over to my timeshare, and we've got a 2-bedroom timeshare there for the 4 of us. Gonna spread out, run over to Universal, and then we're doing an entire day at Universal there. We're going to be doing Cowfish and Big Fire for our meals then. We are then the next day having a special tour that I'll talk about later. I'll deal with all that later, but we're going to finish up with Raglan Road for dinner, and then hopefully go to Magic Kingdom. And I've set some fast passes aside for some of their must-do rides. We'll see how long they last. The next morning, and that's actually a slightly later morning, so maybe that will work. I don't know. The next day, we're going back to Universal, kind of ping-ponging between the two. That's going to be a short day. We're going to do the park from like 8 o'clock when it opens till about 1:30, 2 o'clock, maybe 2:30. At about 2:30, we're going to head back to our timeshare and chill. And then we've got dinner reservations, Boathouse for one person and myself, and T-Rex for the others. And then wander around there, maybe go Chapel Hats, do the Christmas tree walk. If you guys have ever seen this, they do this incredible spread of like 30, 40 different design Christmas trees with themes based on movies, based on parks, based on all kinds of cool stuff. We're going to wander through there. Thank you, Mr. Sir. The next day we go back to Disney. We're going to try to do Rise of the Resistance in the morning for them, get the boarding group and see what we can do. Then we're going to, once we get that done, we're heading over to Epcot. The rest of the day is Epcot, drinking around the world. And we've got lunch scheduled at Garden Grill. I'm hoping we won't miss that out. And then dinner at the Hacienda San Angel, because when you go to the Hacienda for dinner, you can ask for a window view. And if you get a window fireworks view, you're right up there and they pipe the music in and you can watch the fireworks and you don't have anybody in front of you, or maybe just the other tables that are in front of you. It's a lovely view. The food is really yummy. I enjoyed it immensely. Next day, we're going back to Universal and do it 2/3 of a day. Start early. If we haven't gotten Hagrid's before then, we'll do what we need to do to get Hagrid's. We have lunch at Mythos. We're going to try dinner at Toothsome. If they want to stay for the Macy's parade, whatever they want to do. If not, that could be a very early night. We head back to our room and pack, because the next morning we're moving again and we're going to All Star Sports for the last day, Ubering to there, dropping our stuff up. And then we've got, we're going to try to get a boarding group. We're getting a droid. We're getting a, on the second day they're there, we're getting 2 of them lightsabers. On the last day, we're getting one of them a droid. We're going to have lunch at 50's Primetime Cafe. We've got drinks at Oga's in the morning. And then we've got the rest of the day at Magic Kingdom. And we're basically having Thanksgiving dinner at Liberty Tree Tavern for dinner on the as our last big meal. And closing out, we'll see how long they last. They might be doing the fireworks. We don't know. New Year's Eve fireworks are kind of amazing. So be my first time and my only time have been in the parks. We're doing Magic Kingdom, which I figured was better for a kid than the wild music and parties that are at Epcot. If they crash out early at me, I may stay at Magic Kingdom. I may go to Epcot. I may switch and see what my mood is. I also may not go to sleep that night because our Magical Express is picking us up. If we leave at 3:50 in the morning, so basically 4 a.m. is when they pick us up. I may not get back to my room till 2. I have no idea what I'm going to do. We'll see. It'll be fun. So that's pretty much what that trip is going to look like. Yeah, Pop Century is wonderful. You have a new iPhone. No, I did not get the new iPhone. The reason I was looking at the new iPhone is the Mophie, which you see here, was not charging anymore. And I found that the Mophie went bad with the connector. So I just replaced the Mophie and kept the phone I have. So no, I have not upgraded. Sorry. Switching residence is a nuisance. Yeah. Well, but it also means that we get Magical Express. We don't have to drive. We don't have to worry about cars and fitting everybody's luggage in. It all just goes in the bus. That's how life. Exactly. Yeah. And then, basically we get back the day of the 1st. I've got I've got a mammogram appointment later when I land, and then I will collapse and be a comatose crazy person for the rest of the day until we're back to normal. It'll be fabulous. What fun. So yeah, so that's pretty much what the trip was about. We're actually just at about a minute, so we're already officially running over. I'm going to give you guys just another minute or so before we close out this last live chat of the season. If you're following this afterwards, please remember to like, to subscribe, and hit the notification button so you know what's going on. Share this with your friends. Share the content. If something in one of my vlogs seems to be something you think will help somebody else, absolutely give it a share. I will be continuing to try to do stuff every week, either live chat or video recorded. As I said, there is a video coming out next week for Christmas. And then I'm not sure how I'm going to handle the week after. I might try to live chat from the room if we get back early enough that day that we're not doing Universal. We'll see. I don't know. Because I could just do it in my room in the timeshare and then give them their privacy, which would work nicely too. That is, but yeah, so anything you want to see content-wise next year, topics you want me to handle, address, things you want me to find out about while I'm down there. I am officially starting on December 26th, will be an active pass holder of both Disney and Universal simultaneously. First time ever. I will be going back there in June, mostly to Universal, a little bit to Disney, because that's going to be when my pass expires. And then I have to decide if I can or want to renew it. And then we'll see how that all goes. So yeah, we'll see. Want to go to the party with me on the 1st? It's called the Hangover Party. We'll talk about it. We'll see what I feel like, because I will have to work the next day, and I may need to recuperate after 8 days of Disney, because it's crazy. But like I said, guys, please let me know if you have any other questions, thoughts, things you want to cover. Make sure to put it in the comments if you're finding afterwards, following up. Things you want me to, like I said, to address, to answer. I love doing this. I don't make a dime out of it. I do it because it's fun. I do it because I love sharing. I can say that and I'll talk to you, Drew, afterwards a little bit about this, but I can tell you that the person who, the plan I kind of had hoped about, I did not get the response I wanted. So I'm not sure if that's going to be happening or not long term. But yeah, so I wish all of you a very happy holiday, whichever holiday you celebrate. Merry Christmas, Happy Yule, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Ramadan. Is Ramadan happy? I think it's happy. Happy Kwanzaa, whatever, Saturnalia, whatever your particular religious beliefs carry you and fill your joy with. And if there is none, happy winter, happy solstice. I hope that you all have a tremendous year, that the year that has not been too hard on you, and that where you're headed next year will be brighter, more beautiful, more wonderful. And I think this is going to be it for today, guys. Thank you so much. I'm having so much fun. I'm having so much fun with all of this. So ladies and gentlemen, I don't have a tagline. Bye.